Every single person on this planet is given the same 24 hours in a day. That's a truth no amount of privilege, money, fame, or opportunity can change. The question isn't whether we have enough time. The question is, are we awake enough to realize what we're doing with it? Time is the one resource we keep spending, whether we're conscious of it or not. It slips through our fingers when we're distracted, and it works magic when we're intentional. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like life is passing you by, it's probably not because you're lacking hours in a day. It's because you're lacking clarity about what truly deserves your hours. We waste so much of our precious life energy worrying about opinions, comparing ourselves, getting stuck in trivial distractions, and chasing things that don't even fulfill us. The truth is, when you wake up in the morning, you're writing a story with how you live each hour. Are you proud of the story you're writing, or are you just letting it happen to you by accident? Success doesn't come from luck. It comes from living with intention. It comes from protecting your time, like it's the most valuable asset you own, because it is. The people who achieve great things don't have secret hacks. They simply respect their time more than they respect their excuses. They make decisions in alignment with their bigger vision. They don't waste time negotiating with their own doubts or letting fear paralyze them. They use their hours to build, to learn, to practice, to fail and try again, because they understand time isn't something you chase, it's something you honor. You don't need more time, you need more focus, more discipline, more honesty about what is stealing your energy. Most of all, you need to stop waiting for the perfect moment and realize that moment is already here. Life is already happening. The clock is already ticking. How you manage your 24 hours is how you manage your life. The person you will become 5 years from now is hidden inside how you use today. So take ownership, be deliberate, and never forget, time doesn't owe you anything, but you owe it to yourself to make every hour count. When you truly understand that everyone in this world is given the same 24 hours, something inside you shifts. There's no one walking this earth who has been granted extra time. Not the most successful entrepreneur, not the most celebrated artist, not the world's greatest athlete. The difference is never the hours they've been given. It's always what they choose to do within those hours. It's easy to look at people who inspire us and think they have some advantage. We don't, but time doesn't discriminate. What makes people extraordinary is how they respect time, how they prioritize their energy, and how they refuse to waste a single hour on things that don't serve their growth. While others are scrolling, doubting, second-guessing, or procrastinating, successful people are moving forward, onward, with purpose. They understand that their time is their life. How they spend it is how they shape their destiny. You can't buy more time, you can't borrow it, you can't stretch it, but you can absolutely command it with your choices, and that's where your real power begins. It's not about how fast you move, it's about how focused you are on where you're going. Every single person you admire has had to ask themselves the hard question, what is truly worth my time today? They've had to make sacrifices, to say no to distractions, to choose discipline over comfort over and over again. So when you feel like you don't have enough time, remind yourself, it's not about more hours, it's about more ownership. Take responsibility for how you live each minute, and you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish with the exact same 24 hours everyone else has. One of the greatest reasons people feel like they're running out of time is because they haven't taken the time to get clear on what truly matters. Clarity is the foundation of managing your 24 hours with purpose. Without clarity, you become a victim of distraction. You say yes to things that drain you. You waste your energy on people who don't value it. You chase goals that aren't even yours. You start living a life based on expectations, not your own truths. When you don't know where you're going, anything can pull you off course. That's how time disappears. Not in one big moment, but in 1,000 small decisions where you weren't paying attention. Your focus is precious. Your energy is sacred. You cannot afford to give it to things that don't align with your growth, your values, and your deepest purpose. Clarity gives you power. When you know exactly what you want, distractions become obvious. You no longer need to fight for motivation because your vision itself becomes your fuel. You understand that not everything deserves your time and not everyone deserves your presence. You become more selective, more intentional, more protective of your peace. That's not selfish, it's necessary. People who achieve extraordinary things aren't working harder than everyone else. They're just working smarter. They've cleared away the noise. They've drawn lines between what feeds their growth and what drains their spirit. That's how they protect their 24 hours. That's how they make time serve them, not the other way around. When you have clarity, you no longer live life on autopilot. You live it awake, fully aware of how every choice shapes your future. Every single day you wake up, you are writing a story with how you choose to live your hours. Most people don't realize it because they're too busy just trying to get through the day. They're moving without thinking, existing without intention. But the truth is, your actions, your decisions, your habits, they are writing the script of your life in real time. The way you spend today will be the memory you hold tomorrow. So ask yourself, are you writing a story that you'll be proud of, or are you allowing the hours to pass, slipping through your fingers unnoticed? Life doesn't just happen in the big moments. It's created in the small, repeated choices you make every single day, the conversations you have, the energy you give, the opportunities you take seriously, the people you surround yourself with. These are not small things. These are the bricks that build your future. If you want to manage your 24 hours, you need to manage your story. You need to ask yourself, what narrative am I creating with how I spend my time? Am I living as the main character in my life, or am I standing on the sidelines watching it unfold without direction? The people who achieve greatness understand this truth. They don't waste time waiting for inspiration to strike. They create their own momentum. They understand that discipline isn't about punishment. It's about respect. Respect for the life they're building. Respect for the time they'll never get back. So they write each day carefully, thoughtfully, with purpose. They understand the story they're writing today becomes the reality they live tomorrow. Time is not something you can save for later. It's not something you can lock away and come back to when you feel ready. Every minute is either used wisely or lost forever. That's why protecting your time isn't just important, it's essential. When you begin to see your time as the most valuable currency you possess, you stop giving it away so easily. You become intentional with who you share it with, where you place your focus, and what activities deserve your energy. There will always be people who try to pull you in different directions. There will always be endless demands, distractions, and noise. But if you don't draw boundaries around your time, the world will gladly waste it for you. Protecting your time is a form of self-respect. It's a declaration to yourself and to others that your life matters, your goals matter, and your peace matters. You don't owe anyone access to your energy simply because they ask for it. You owe yourself the discipline to say no when something doesn't align with your purpose. Those who achieve great things aren't necessarily more talented or more fortunate. They're simply more protective of their hours. They treat their time like gold. They understand that every moment spent on something meaningless is a moment stolen from their potential. They guard their focus like their future depends on it, because it does. When you learn to protect your time, you reclaim your power. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. And that's how you transform 24 ordinary hours into a life you're proud to live. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not something that magically appears in the hands of the lucky. It's created, shaped, and built by those who understand how to prioritize their time. Every achievement you admire, every person who seems to have reached the heights you aspire to, it's not because they stumbled upon success. It's because at some point they made a decision to stop wasting time on things that don't matter and to start investing their hours into what does. It's easy to believe that success belongs to people with special gifts or extraordinary opportunities, but the real difference lies in choices. Those who succeed understand the power of alignment. They don't chase every opportunity or say yes